is this 49ers team better than the 2019 team that went to the Super Bowl and was winning with like 6 minutes left?
Man, that's really tough. That's so tough. I always love these questions because that's always like the first year where I actually started covering the team hardcore, and it's like, damn, like I always try to think about like what my thoughts were, what my feelings were during that time. And I want to say 2019 that has the edge still, but I don't know if that's because of how they started out so like dominant and fierce and didn't let go of the gas at all, other than like the Falcons game.
True. They started out hot.
They were 8-0, 9-0 before like they took the Monday Night Football against Seattle. Damn, and that was a game where they missed hell of people. I still give in the slight edge to 2019 because 2022 isn't fully written yet. But right now, the way 2022 is trending, it's getting there. Both defenses, I wouldn't argue with anyone that wants to stay there on par. I'm still gonna lean with that defense being a little better in terms of, I think overall their pass rush was like more fierce just because, this year they just have Nick, who's obviously way better than anyone they had in 2019, but at least 2019 they had a collective, everyone where it's like, hey, who are you going to take? Who are you going to take? And then, I'd argue maybe
Buckner and D Ford that year. That's true.
DeMeco Ryans might have been a little better than Robert Saleh. And then offensively, it's like the quarterbacks this year, 2019 Garoppolo, 2022 Purdy. It's almost neck and neck. Maybe Purdy's better because 2019 Garoppolo actually was playing at a kind of high level, and they had Mostert, who was pretty much a home run gunshot. I think slight edge is 2019, but 2022 is definitely knocking on that door and might pass through the finish line to beating them.
See, I'm gonna go full homer here and say that this team is better. I think it's better, and it starts with Brock. I think he's a big upgrade at quarterback over Jimmy Garoppolo, who didn't play well in the playoffs that year. We'll see how Brock Purdy does. They did have Mostert. Mostert was killing it that year. So that's a big plus for 2019. But
they got better offensive line this year. I think the interior offensive line in 2019 was bad.
Yeah, they got Trent Williams.
This year is more shored up.
Bosa's better now.
Bosa's way better now.
They got Trevarius Ward. He's such a huge upgrade over Richard Sherman. Not even close. Yeah, Talanoa Funga is an upgrade over Tart. Those are two big ones.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Ayuk, is he an upgrade over Emmanuel Sanders?
Yes.
I'd
say right now, yeah.
Christian McCaffrey, I mean, he's not Raheem Mostert, but he does what he does really well. I mean, they're different, but you could argue that McCaffrey's better.
But you could argue he picks it up in terms of offensive impact because he can receive and everything. So it might cancel out because where he doesn't have the home run ability as often as Mostert does, it's still. So I'd consider that like a scratch or a wash right there.
Right. Yeah. Or absolutely. So it's close. But this team, I mean, I guess they'd have to go to the Super Bowl to be in the same. They're not as accomplished as the 2019 team, but I think it might be a better roster. Like if you were giving it like a number grade on Madden or NFL Blitz, this team might be a 97, or that team might be a 96. Is what I'm saying. But then that's the most important way to judge a team. Madden scores.
That's very important.
It's very
because
important.
that game is without fault for sure. No, what the hell?
I haven't played that game in like 17 years.
Don't play it. It'll make you rage. No, but I think also another thing about is. I think we're definitely living in the moment right now. I think if this is the team we saw these last like 4 to 5 weeks of the 49ers, if we saw them just like 2 to 3 more times in October, then I'd probably be like, yeah, they might be better than 2019, regardless of record. But 2019, they started off, there wasn't too much question. At least they were winning games. There was question early on, but as the season passed by, like a lot of their flaws pretty much got shored up. The running game was dominant the whole time. Defense was dominant the whole time. People wondered, can Jimmy Garoppolo do it? And there's a few games where he showed he could do it and actually ended up playing well. But yeah, I can see why Brock Purdy's better just because of the mobility and against the pass rush and everything.
Also, you mentioned that in 2019 they started out really dominant. Well, this team is finishing in dominant.
Yeah.
So that's something to point out too. But they haven't gone to the Super Bowl yet, so we'll see.
And I did that last year too. They're just a finisher, not a starter.